Welcome back, my dear students. I am going to discuss on the topic general characteristics and classification of Porifera. Porifera are commonly known as sponges, and sponges are the primitive type of the multicellular animals. They include about 5,000 described species. Mostly are marine, and few are also freshwater species. Adult sponges are usually sessile, found in all seas, attached to rocks, shells, submerged timbers, corals, etc. Most of the sponges are found in shallow water, but some are also present in the deep water body. And the definition of the sponges, such as they are asymmetrical or radially symmetrical metazoa of cellular grade of construction without true tissue, organ, mouth, or nervous system. They have a body permeated with pores, canals, and chambers through which a water current flows and contain one to many internal cavities lined with conocytes. Next, what are the general characteristic features of the Porifera? All are aquatic, predominantly marine and sessile, including more than 5,000 described species. I have already mentioned. They are metazoans, having a cellular grade of construction, that is a loose aggregation of the cells, but not in organized tissues. Presence of mesenchyme, that is also known as mesohyl, that consists of gelatinous proteinaceous matrix containing skeletal material and amoeboid cells. The mesohyl is equivalent to the connective tissue of the other metazoans. They are primitive type with low grade of body organizations, absence of organ, mouth, and digestive tract. The body is perforated by numerous pores and ostia, which open inside, hence the name phylum Porifera. Now, inside the body, there are canals and chambers through which a water current flows and make up the characteristic system of the canal system, and that are powered by flagellated conocytes. And it is a characteristic cells, the conocytes. What are the features of the conocytes? Basically, the conocytes are the cells that line the interior of asconoid, syconoid, and leuconoid body type of the sponges that contain a central flagellum that's surrounded by a collar of microvilli, which are connected by thin membrane. The flagella beat regularly, that creates a water flow across the microvilli, which can then filter nutrients from the water taken from the collar of the sponges, and food particles are then phagocytized by the cell. Water flows into the spongocoel through the narrow opening, that opening are known as ostia, and then exist the spongocoel through the larger opening, that larger opening is known as a oscula. Now, internal skeleton that is supported by microscopic calcareous or siliceous spicules, or by organic spongin fibers, or by combination of both fibers and the spicules. And that is the main characteristic key of the phylum Porifera. On the basis of the characteristic features of the spicules, either calcareous or siliceous or both combinations, the phylum Porifera divided into so many classes: Calcarea, Hexatenida, and Demospongia. And spongin is a modified type of the collagen protein that forms the fibrous skeleton of the sponges. The cells secreting the spicules, that is known as the sclerocytes, and those producing spongin fiber, they are termed as spongocytes or spongioblast. And spicules provide the structural support. Spongin gives a sponge that's a flexibility. Now, body either asymmetrical or radially symmetrical. Majority of them grow irregularly like a plant form. And sponges reproduce both asexually and sexually. Asexual reproduction takes place by the formation of the gammules. And all members have a high power of regeneration. Adult sponges have a sessile, but their larvae are the free swimming, that is the MP blastula larva, that is oval in shape, that show small micromeres that have the flagella on the one side, and another half that contains the larger macromeres that swim in the water with the help of the flagella, that flagella present on the micromere. Now, this is a classification scheme. The classification scheme based on the book, The Invertebrates, Protozoa through Ctenophora, Volume 1 by Elijah Hyman, in 1940, and that is based on the body skeleton, especially spicules and the spongin fibers that are the basis of the classification of the Porifera. And the phylum Porifera is subdivided into three classes: class Calcarea, Hexatinellida, and Demospongia. And then class Calcarea is again divided into two order, Homocoela and Heterocoela. Hexatinellida is divided into two order, Hexasterophora and Amphidiscophora. And Demospongia is again divided into three subclasses: Tetractylida, Monaxonida, and Keratosa. Tetractylida and Monaxonida contain so many orders also. So now class Calcarea. So Calcarea is also known as Calcispongia. It's coming from the Greek word. Calcareous means limy. So skeleton is made up of calcium carbonate spicules, which are not differentiated into megascleres and microscleres. The megascleres are of three types: monactin that have 1 ray, triactin that have 3 ray, and tetractin that have 4 ray. And spongin fibers are absent. Skeleton is made up of calcium carbonate spicules. The osculum is narrow and placed terminally, that provided with oscular fringe. Choanocyte cells, or they are also known as a funnel cells, also known as the collar cells, that are also large. Canal system is asconoid type, cyconoid type, and leuconoid type. Asconoid type of the canal system is found only in Calcarea, mostly double in coloration. Exclusively all are marine. They are confined to shallow coastal water, cosmopolitan in distribution, comparatively small in size, less than 10 centimeter in the height. Now, class Calcarea is divided into two order Homocoela and order Heterocoela. In case of the order Homocoela, body wall is thin and not folded, and they are very primitive in organization, and choanocyte cells are present throughout the internal lining of the membrane. This is an example of the Calthorina and another examples of the Dendaya. Now, another order, Heterocoela. In Heterocoela, a body wall is thick and folded, clear divisions of radial and incurrent canal. Choanocytes are restricted to radial canal only. Spongioshield is lined by pinacocytes. So, example of cyclone. Now, class Hexatinellida, also known as Hyalospongia, coming from Greek word hexa means 6, actis means ray, whereas the hyalos mean glassy. And these sponges are commonly known as glass sponges due to projecting tufts of attachment structure resembling glass wool. Spicules are fused to form lattice-like skeleton, and loose fibroglasses are also used for insulating purpose. Skeleton here made up of silicon oxides. Only siliceous spicules are always, that is a form of triaction with 6 points, hence of name Hexatinellida. The spicules are divided into megascleres and microscleres. Spongin is absent. Presence of well-developed atrium, that is a spongiosele, which opens by a wide osculum. Choanocytes are restricted to the flagellated chamber only. Canal system may be either cyconoid type or leuconoid type. Coloration is mostly pale, moderate in size, ranging from 10 to 30 centimeter in height, but some attains 1 meter height also. Exclusively marine, they are found in deep water also. The lives between the depths 200 to 1000 meter, and they are dominant in Antarctic region. And now, class Hexatinellida is divided into two order, Hexasterophora and Amphidiscophora. The Hexasterophora, the feature contains the microscleres are always hexaster, like in sap. The radial canals or flagellated chambers are simple in construction. They are attached to substratum directly. So Euplectella, that is also known as Venus flower baskets, and this is a figure of the Rochella. Now, order Amphidiscophora. So microscleres are always amphidisc. Canal system is much complicated, usually attached to substratum by root tubs. This is examples of the glass top sponge, Hyalonema, and this is a Pheronema, that is a bowl sponge. Now, class Demospongia. Demos mean pupil. The skeleton is variable. It consists of siliceous spicules or spongin fiber, or combination of both siliceous spicules and spongin fibers. Siliceous spicules are never triaction. Some primitive forms also lack the skeleton. The canal system is always leuconoid type and complicated in nature. Choanocytes are restricted to spherical chamber. Spicules having 1 to 4 rays. Largest class of the Porifera and contain 90% of the sponges. Distribution from shallow water to great depth. Some species are found in fresh water. Body shape is irregular or regular and a wide variation of size. Belly and coloration may occur due to pigment granules in the amebocytes. And now subclass. What are the subclass Tetractylida and another subclass Monaxionida and the subclass Keratosa. These are the three subclasses that are the divisions of the class Demospongia. And the first one, subclass Tetractylida, exclusively marine and live in shallow water. They pale in coloration. Siliceous spicules are tetraction megasclear. So that is a Tetractylida. And now this subclass Tetractylida, they have three orders. What are the Myxospongida, Canosa, and Caristida. The first one, Myxospongida, they are primitive in organization, skeleton entirely absent. Skeleton entirely absent. This is the Oscarella, and this is a Heliciraptor. Now, order Canosa, megasclears and microsclears are not subtly differentiated. That is a Placina, and that is a figure of the Chondrilla. And that is another order, Caristida. So megasclears and microsclears are softly differentiated. So example of this order are Thena. This is a figure of the Thena, and this is a Geodia. Now, subclass Monaxionida. The spicules are monaxion type. Spongin fibers may or may not present. Body form variable and belly and colorful. All freshwater sponges belong to this subclass. All freshwater sponges present on subclass Monaxionida. That is important. Now, what are the order? Order Hadromerida, order Helicondrida, order Poecilosclerida, and order Haplosclerida. The first one, order Hadromerida. Largest spicules are knobbed at the ends and small spicules are stalk-like. The spongin fibers are absent. Example, boarding sponge, Cliona, and that is also commonly known as Neptune's cap. Next, order Helicondrida. Largest spicules are many kinds, usually two rays. Small amount of spongin can be seen. An example is bread sponge. That's a common name, and the scientific name is Helicondria. And next, order Poecilosclerida. Largest spicules are united by spongin into a regular network, and small spicules are the C-shaped, curved, or bow-like. This is a figure of the Microchaera. And then order Haplosclerida. Largest spicules are two-rayed. No small spicules. Spongin fibers are present. So many examples of this order. A Spongilla, you see here, there's a freshwater sponges. Then a finger sponge, that is a Hericlona, and this is a Jetosponges muta. That's a giant barrel sponge, and this is a largest species of the sponge mentioned here. And last subclass, that is a Keratosa. It is also known as a horny sponge. Skeleton is composed of spongin fibers only. Spicules are entirely absent, massive in structure and dark in coloration. The surface is leathery and smooth with numerous conspicuous oscula. So first one is Euspongia, that is a common bath sponge. This is a Hippospongia, horse sponge, and this is a Phylospongia, this is a leaf-like structure. So basically, in the classification scheme, the phylum Porifera is divided into three classes. What are the classes? Class Calcarea. Here the skeleton is made up of calcium carbonate spicules. Then class Hexastenolida. That is a glass sponges, you know, and the skeleton is made up of silicon oxide, that is a siliceous spicule, that is a characteristic feature. And then class Demospongia, the skeleton may be siliceous spicule, may be spongin fiber, or both combination. So the spicules and the skeletal structure is the main characteristic scheme of the phylum Porifera. These are the reference books. Basically, the classification scheme set from L.H. Hyman book, The Invertebrates, Protozoa through Ctenophora, Volume 1, and another reference books are the Invertebrate Zoology, Edward D. Rupert and Robert D. Barnes, Biology of Invertebrates, John A. Pechenik, and another good books, Invertebrates, Brassica and Brassica, and maximum illustrations shared and copied from Google Illustration. Thank you, everybody.